Hi everybody, my name is David. I'm with Opplet Games, and here's our first video update, just so you guys get an idea what we're doing. First of all, what are we doing? what is this game we're making? What even is that thing? We're making a mobile-focused game. It's going to work for a cross-platform. It's got four really cool elements to it. The first is it's going to have a story-driven, side-scrolling platformer, roguelike, so everything is always changing. It's never going to be the same game. It's going to have short games, so then when you can play on the bus or in the washroom, there's enough time to play through a little bit and save. And we also have an editor tool. It's pretty comprehensive, and we can use it to easily change things into the game and perhaps in our future games as well. So, this ninja guy in the game, you can think of him as Mario. He's Super Mario, but you can climb things. Mario can't climb things. You can climb things, and when you touch these little Goombas, you will hurt the Goombas instead of the Goombas hurting you. But that said, the Goombas can now shoot at you. So you got that going for them. And every time you play through the level, it's different from Mario, as everything in here will change. The levels are generated, the enemies are generated, so every time you play through, it's going to be a different game, and the game is meant to be played through many times. Might look something like this for a map. The black items in here shows us like walls or something that you can't pass through. White will be things you could jump across, open space. So we have a few different types of rooms, and you don't have to go through all the rooms, but you want to get to the boss, beat the boss, and you go on to the next level. And they all scale in difficulty, a little bit like the Binding of Isaac here, but it's side scroller instead of top down. Okay, so that's a basic rough premise of what the game is like for the design. The thing I'll be showing you right now would be a little bit of a demo. Let's see what you guys, if you like it. Okay, so I'm going to show you the editor first. What we've been working on right now since the beginning was a editor tool which we can use to easily modify the game. We have a really far background, and we can switch between backgrounds and foregrounds, and when we can simply add an item by clicking and dragging and putting it back by just dragging it back like that. So say I put in that mountain there. Now let's go to the middle ground. Middle ground is here. I can add trees, remove trees. I'm going to add a few things. No, I already have that tree. Let's put in this little tree. So every time I add in, it's going to stay there. And of course, I can scroll and add more into the end if I really want to. And there's the game layer. Game layer is the layer where I'll actually interact with the player. Everything else is just visual effects. So in the game layer, I can actually do a lot of modification myself, and whatever I click goes up in front. It's supposed to be met really fast, and I can build the level as long or as tall, etc. as I like. We also have a physics editor tool right now. And this is really neat because I can drag an object and it'll show you the physics boundaries on it. What does that mean? This is where you as a player or an enemy will collide onto. Like, although the image looks like this, we will make it so that when you interact with the object, this is how you interact with. And here's another one, here's another one, and I can change these just simply by dragging and moving it around. You'll see that we have different colors here. I'm moving this one here. Right now, some ugly vomit color and blue. That vomit color shows that the surface here is considered a ground. And when I angle it a little bit, it becomes yellow, and that becomes it's a slope. And if I do it even farther, it's a wall. So using this, we can dictate what you actually do, because you're a ninja, right? If it's a slope, you might just run on top of it, run across it slower. If it's a ceiling, you might climb it. If it's a wall, you might climb it. So we want to be able to differentiate with that, and right now we got a cool tool that does it for us. All right, so that's one thing with the physics editor. I can exit that by pressing P. Now you notice when I scroll through this game, you'll see parallax in the background, so that we've actually added so that this will look like a really cool effect. Because when things are farther away, it should move slower, and we mimic that. So we got all that going on. It's saved into a save file here, and when you play it in the game instance, you have this going on. So say I'm a little ninja, you can climb around. The camera will always follow your character, and you can see in the background that that the parallax is working. And you notice the physics. I know that ninja doesn't really fit properly, but hey, it's an image I grabbed off the internet. So here we go. So it works out pretty nicely. You got the character moving, and it's colliding with the boxes. Next thing we'll be doing is getting the character to work on climb on the walls and on the ceilings, and getting a full level that's relatively fun made. We also have enemies added already. I just haven't put it up in this version. So a lot of cool stuff. Yep. And that's it for a little quick demo of what we've accomplished in the past 3 weeks. Keep us following us, and we'll expect our game to be released on the 17th of January. So if you want a closed alpha version, I guess stay tuned. All right. Thanks, guys.